A lot of the media have been lambasting Tesla. In fact, not just the media, but other car companies, including Ford, NIO, and, well, Volkswagen as well, for lowering the price of their electric cars. They say it's not fair, it's bad for consumers. But it's led to this one very interesting turn of events. Electric cars, on average, are 20% cheaper this year in the United States and even in Europe as well. Competition, like I keep on saying, is not a bad thing. It doesn't matter how many CEOs of rival companies try to tell you otherwise. Competition is a good thing for the consumer. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Sam Evans and I'm coming to you from Australia. It's winter here, but I can't complain. It's nothing like the winters that you guys get in the US and Europe. But I've got to say, in the US and Europe, at least you have more choices of electric car than we have here in Australia. That said, we do have a flurry of different affordable electric cars coming from China. So, new EV prices are down 20% compared to last year, according to statistics. The average transaction price for a new EV in June was $53,000, but that doesn't include the $7,500 tax incentive. And seeing as, well, bit over 60% of those EVs sold were Teslas, that means the average transaction price, assuming those customers were able to actually get the $7,500 tax credit, was really actually less than $46,000 US. That doesn't include, though, state-by-state incentives, where you can often get even more of a discount on your EV. According to Kelley Blue Book, in May, the revised average transaction price for an EV was $54,000. In January, it was $61,000. In June 2022, it was $66,000. Average transaction price has come down by $13,000, but that's actually not true at all, because now the average EV qualifies for the $7,500 tax incentive. The Mustang Mach-E qualifies, the Tesla Model Y qualifies, the Tesla Model 3 qualifies, the Bolt and the Bolt EV qualify. These represent the average EV, but because of inflation devaluing your dollars, that means if you include the devaluation of the currency, right, EVs have actually come down in price by around $15,000 US on average. Plus, you've got to then include the $7,500 incentive for Tesla EVs, General Motors EVs, and Ford EVs, meaning for those models of EV, the average transaction price is actually down closer to $21,000 US in the space of 12 months. That's remarkable. The same thing probably will occur in Australia and Europe. As we see more and more competition, prices will continue to come down. COX Automotive, the company behind Kelley Blue Book, says that Tesla, as the EV market in America, was the main factor behind the price lowering. Another factor is represented by the inventory increases experienced by some automakers this year. On average, Hyundai EVs, Ford EVs, they have a lot of stock in inventory. Mustang Mach-E has 115 days of stock in inventory. The average inventory figures are 53 days in the US. So there's a lot of these companies have quite a few EVs in stock. So the prices, you can probably go in and negotiate a pretty good price right now. As Inside EVs have reported on in the past, the EV segment day supply is now 103 days, over 3 months of stock. So Ioniq 5, if you want to try and negotiate a discount, I reckon there's a good chance you can. Mach-E, good chance you can as well. They're pretty good options. Incentives offered by manufacturers increased in June, reflecting this increase in inventory, reaching the highest point in a year, averaging over $2,000 US. So don't pay the MSRP, because you can negotiate a discount. That means you can probably get an additional 4.2% on average off the purchase price of a non-Tesla EV. Now, of course, Tesla EVs even have additional discounts as well. If you get inventory stock, you might be able to get more of a discount. I've reported on those discounts as well. Plus, right now, if you use a referral code, just go online, you can find someone's referral code. you can get an additional $750 off the price of a Tesla Model 3. As a whole, the American car market saw a slight ATP increase of 1.6% last month compared to last year, reaching $48,800. What that means is, if you include the IRA incentives, the average transaction price of an electric car is significantly lower than the average transaction price of a gasoline-powered car in America, because obviously gasoline and diesel-powered cars in America don't qualify for the tax incentives. Now, assuming that, say, 80% of buyers do qualify for the tax incentives, which I believe they do, then that means, like I said, it's cheaper on average to buy an EV in the US than what it is to buy a non-EV. Now, of course, it's not really an apples to apples comparison because very few electric pickup trucks have been sold because there's not a lot of choice. There's not a lot of stock with those models. And of course, a large percentage of the gasoline car market are pickup trucks. So it's not really like, I'm not making really a fair comparison there, but still, that probably would mean that if there were more electric pickup trucks being sold, the average transaction price might be closer to being on par after the incentives. EV prices are now not expensive by any stretch of the imagination in the US or in Australia now. In fact, there's a lot of cars we don't have a choice on. Here in Australia, you guys have in America, but eventually that will change. Eventually, within the next few years, we're going to see EV transaction prices being on par across the entire industry like they are in China right now in every single market segment. That's where we're going. Automakers don't like it. They don't like the fact they're being forced to reduce their prices because they're losing money on EVs, but who cares? As a customer, you'll benefit. And these automakers, they're being pushed to innovate. If you don't innovate, you die. They know that now. Now they're being forced to innovate. And that, in my opinion, is a really good thing for the consumer. But not everyone agrees with me on this. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.